There is a pretty decent history of Sammy Watkins not always being thrilled with his situation in the NFL. It's hard to blame him, considering he spent most of his career with the Buffalo Bills in the height of their dysfunction, but the latest concern is with the Rams, and it's not great news. Watkins, who blew up for a pair of touchdowns against the 49ers in Week 3 before leaving with a concussion, has been largely silent the past 2 weeks. Against the Cowboys and Seahawks, Watkins has a total of 6 targets for 1 reception and 17 receiving yards. It's hardly the sort of statistical output you'd expect from a number 1 wideout, and it's led to Watkins getting frustrated with his role. As a player, of course you're going to be frustrated, Watkins said. I don't know a player, a wide receiver, that's not frustrated throughout the game if you're not getting the ball. Each week, it could change. They had certain coverage that kind of took me out of the game, and that's part of the game. We saw a little more frustration from Watkins after the loss to Seattle in Week 5, with former Rams wideout Torrey Holt pointing out the low numbers for Watkins on Twitter. Watkins responded in vague, "I'm not saying anything" fashion. Watkins was traded to the Rams late this offseason after the Bills decided not to pick up his 5th-year option, essentially saying they wouldn't be re-signing him. The upgrade in system, with Sean McVay coaching Jared Goff, felt like a net positive for Watkins as he prepped for a potentially big payday. The wideout has never really barked too much about his actual production, although he's heard guff from Rex Ryan about his availability. Watkins, for his part, has been angry about not being able to play previously. And it's worth noting that Watkins isn't lashing out here. He's staying calm about the situation. It's possible he comes through with a bigger game against the Cowboys if he's not dealing with the concussion 10 days prior. He had a play against Seattle where he got wide open deep, but Goff just didn't find him or have time to find him. Goff said too that the Rams want to get Watkins more involved but aren't going to force-feed him the ball just because his numbers aren't huge. Watkins isn't making this about money either, with a potentially lucrative contract coming if he has a big season and hits free agency. "No, I think I've got enough money," Watkins said, smiling, per the LA Daily News. "I just want to have fun and ball. I want to be a part of this team. It's a great team." "I know where they're about to be at in terms of success. I just want to be a part of it and make plays and score touchdowns." The money comes with the plays and the touchdowns anyway. One could even argue that it doesn't necessarily hurt the Rams for Watkins' numbers to be suppressed, with a potential contract negotiation on the horizon. This week might not be the week for Watkins to get going, though, with Jalen Ramsey matching up against him as the Rams travel to play the Jaguars in Jacksonville against what might be the most dangerous defensive backfield in the league. But at some point, it would be a disappointing surprise if this higher-octane offense couldn't start to get Watkins going.